Looking at lesson 3, and we are representing and naming fractions of a whole. We use a fraction to name an equal part of a whole or an equal part of a group. So let's get started. Miranda draws a circle right here. It's a circular design. She colors one part yellow, 3 parts blue, and all the parts are the same size. What fraction is blue? Okay, so we're going to draw a circle. Now remember, this is just our work mat. Doesn't have to be perfect, but needs to be big enough where you can see. Right, 4. So we're going to go straight down the middle and straight across. And then 1's going to be yellow, so we'll put Y here for yellow. And 3 are blue, so we'll put B's in these others. And then what fraction of her circle is blue? Well, how many blue pieces? 2, 3. So we have 3 blue pieces. Now remember that denominator is there are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in our circle. So that would be 3/4. So 3/4 of let's look on the back side here. Now May draws a hopscotch game. There's the hopscotch game. It's where you have like 2 boxes and you put both your feet and then you hop on one foot and so on and so forth. Now the game has 6 equal parts, 2 squares, and green chalk to number the rest of the squares. What fraction of squares have pink numbers? So it's telling us to draw a hopscotch game. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the first 2 squares are what? Oh yeah, here we go. Pink for the first 2. So we'll put P and P for pink. And then is how many equal parts are in the whole? Well, right there, it told us 6. We drew 6, so there's 6 equal parts in the whole thing. So how many are being counted? Well, we're looking for pink ones, and that would be 1, 2. Okay? Now, scooting on down here, what fraction represents the squares? Well, the squares with the pink numbers, we had 2 of them. Those are what's being counted. Squares, we have 6. So it would be 2, 6 are pink. And here again, your numerator tells how many parts are counted. Your denominator tells how many equal parts of the whole is in the group. 3, 6 is 2, denominator is 6. All right, we'll scoot on down. Now they have given us a hopscotch game that has some green and blue squares. For this hopscotch game, the green squares represent what fraction? What is the denominator of the fraction? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. The denominator says how many total squares, because it told us to. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are green. Okay? So green squares, we have 4. Total number of squares, we have 8. So 4/8 of this hopscotch game have green squares. Okay. We can also look at this, and I'm going to show you something because this is going to happen later. But look, if you have 4/8, 4 is half of the 8, right? So you use 1/2. If the numerator is half of the denominator, it always equals 1/2. Now that is something you need to know in 3rd grade, and we'll get to that a little bit later too. But in 4th and 5th grade, you're definitely going to have to reduce fractions. This is half of the denominator. Presto changeo, bingo, it's 1/2. And we'll see some more of that. If that half are blue, half are green. That's why 4/8 equals half. All right, then Tommy is playing 6 green marbles. To win the game, Tommy must capture all 6 green marbles. Complete the fraction to show the round of each game. Okay? So, what fraction of the in round 2, he gets 2 green marbles, so he has 1/6 here, 1 out of 6. Here he has 2 out of 6. Here he has 3 out of 6. Uh-oh, look, 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 look. You can throw that in there. Now, whoa, look at round 4. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. Okay? If the pattern continues, what up into kind of a little chart here. Well, we've got, let's do this. R1, he had 1/6. Round 2, he had 2/6. Round 3, he had 3/6. Round 4, he had 4/6. This is 4/6, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6. This would be what? Keep going in that pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 5/6. Round 6 would be 6/6. Are green even at round 6. So if you have a numerator and a denominator that are the same, it equals 1 whole. You eat half and your buddy eats half. So if you add 1/2 and 1/2 together, that's 2 halves, which equals the whole thing. Okay? And we'll get to that a little bit more too. That's a little extra information. All that looks pretty good. You all have 5 questions, so it shouldn't take you long. This one is very similar to this one when you get to that point. All right, so pause the video. Carefully while you're working. I'm going to be working, and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes, and we'll check your work and see how you did. Make questions and make sure you work carefully. See you in a little bit. Okay, you ready? Let's look and see how you did. Make sure you've got it all in. The sections represent the fraction of the playground spinner. Write the fraction in words and numbers. So you have 2 red sections out of 6. So to write it in words, you write 2, the number 2 in words, 6, and then as a fraction, 2 at the top, because you're talking about 2 red pieces out of a total of 6. So 2 6. Okay? If you missed it, fix it. Now on the other side, this one was very similar to what we did in the game. Julie colors the 4 spinners, complete the fraction, and name the part of each spinner that is red. Describe the pattern. All right, so we have 1/4 that's red, 2 out of 4 that's red, 3 yeah, the whole thing. If you have the same number as the numerator and denominator, it automatically equals 1 whole, because the whole thing is red. Now, the pattern, if you notice, the numerator increases by 1 each time. So you should have something similar to that. You could have even said that the denominator stayed the same. That's okay too. But the main thing here is the only thing changing up by 1 every single time. Then write the fraction that names each part in the shaded part of the whole. You have, if you're just talking about one part, each part is 1/8. Now 1, 2, 3, of the equal parts, write the fraction in words and numbers. So you have 4 shaded parts, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. So that's 4 6 and a fraction 4 6 here. If you missed something, fix it. And it says each space between the lines in the musical scale identifies a musical note. The 4 basic notes are F, A, C, E, which stands for face. Circle each A note. Well, here's one, and here's the other one. What fraction notes? Well, we have 2 out of 4. I'm sorry, let me try that again. 2 out of 8 notes that are A's. Now, and your fraction. So if you're missing one of those, make sure you throw that in there on that line. Okay? All right. Now, if you need more time, start on your ed assignment, and tomorrow, or the next time we meet, we're looking at our old friend, the number line, and naming fractions on a number line. Okay, guys. Good job. See you in a little bit.